Going back-to-back as we get set for our next match on the pitch. This is a classic rivalry. Michigan taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. This may not be the big house, but PPL Park now has got plenty of blue and maize here. And here they come out onto the pitch.
We talked about newcomers. South Carolina struggling to really find its groove in this tournament. But I tell you what, Michigan, they've never been here before, and they have gone 2-0 in the first two games.
So we're almost set for Michigan-Ohio State. Before we get that thing going, let's check in with Marty.
Matt Trenary is head coach for Michigan. Coach, is there anything you need to say to your guys when you're a Michigan athlete in any sport other than you're playing Ohio State to motivate?
Not much, the machine just kind of runs itself at that point. Everybody wants to beat the Buckeyes. Hopefully we can do it today.
You guys a little extra motivated. They took care of you pretty handily in the Big Ten tournament.
I know, but maybe we want some revenge here, but we're just here to have fun and enjoy it, and they've been doing a good job of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
And Ohio State got a little extra motivation today. Nate Ebner, former Ohio State rugby player and football players from Patriots training camp, the OTAs. He sent in the pregame speech, and the boys were very fired up, according to Coach Ron Bowers.
All right, thank you very much, Marty. Well, it really goes both ways. I mean, Ohio State gets pretty fired up to play Michigan. Michigan's pretty fired up to play Ohio State. And Ebner, you actually got that tweet.
Yeah, Nate sent that tweet to me, and he said, this is the speech. It's a rivalry that's bigger than them and bigger than even any one sport. They're lucky to be a part of tradition like that. The Bucks better leave it all on the field. Only a win is acceptable. Strong words from former Buckeye rugby great Nate Ebner.
7-minute halves were underway, and Michigan starting off with a mistake early on. The ball has to travel the 10 meters. It doesn't, so Ohio State will take over and restart at midfield.
Well, you can just tell the way the bodies are moving out there. There's just a little something extra in it.
First big hit out of the way. Ohio State maintaining possession, really stretching the field here. All right, for a team like Michigan, Brian, you come to this tournament, you're going to play 3 grueling games in the first day and a half. How do you get your team ready? And then on top of that, you're playing a big rival like Ohio State.
Well, I think once you're playing an opponent like this, some of that fatigue goes away. And this is the reason why they show up. Keep your eyes on number 8 for Ohio State, Santino Kua. Great finisher.
Aaron Thomas now taken to the ground just outside the 22.
I'll tell you what, Michigan has been winning their first 2 games. They've done it all on defense. Very structured approach, very physical in the breakdown area, and if you run at them, they're going to put a shoulder into you. Very few missed tackles so far.
I have to go back deep in the history books of the CRC to find a team making their debut and winning their first 2 matches right out of the gate. So this is a line out for Ohio State. Ball has to travel down the tunnel. Both teams have an equal shot at it. The Buckeyes come away with it.
Well, it looked like Santino Kua thought he was going to get a dummy runner there. He didn't expect the ball, and instead comes out of the hands of Aaron Thomas, and it's knocked on. It'll be a scrum to Michigan. And sometimes the tension in a game like this is really broken by that first try.
Come in.
So our first scrum, and we'll listen in.
Fine.
Sir. Michigan now a little breakaway. Nice piece of running here.
This is when you find out how good your sweeper is.
Mentzer. Christian Mentzer, the senior from Saline, Michigan, gives Michigan the first try of the match.
Great run by Mentzer. There's only a few sweepers. That's the guy in the very back playing that emergency defense. And Chatfield gets turned by Mentzer, and he's got the gas to finish.
2-point conversion up and good. So is now Michigan 7, Ohio State 0 with just over 4 minutes to play here in the first half of this one.
And some players just have a natural swerve in the open field. You take a look at Mentzer. Just the ability to swivel those hips. And he's cruising.
Well, the history econ minor major starts his full-time job on Monday as an account development rep. So this is his last go-around. He wants to go out, and once again, Michigan coming up short on that restart kick, not going the full 10 meters.
Well, we'll talk about some of the statistics on the education behind some of these guys on the field later on. But I tell you what, there's some serious brain power in this tournament. There's a good look at Santino Kua.
And the Buckeyes answer right back with Kua taking it in for a try.
Well, he's the danger man for the Buckeyes. He just slips a tackle there. He's got a really good base on him, and he moves well and keeps those feet under him. Just slips that tackle. It's a double team, and the stiff arm on number 4 for Michigan, Conzelmann. Normally, Joel Conzelmann is one of those sure tacklers for the Wolverines, but hard to get a hold of Santino Kua.
And remember, that all started as the conversion attempt is no good. That all started from the misfire from midfield on the restart kick as Michigan turns it over. And from Waukoo, we check in with Marty Snyder.
Well, guys, that's where he won the state championship in Ohio. He was invited to South Africa to train after his senior season in high school. He said it was an amazing experience. He went to a couple of friendly matches, and he said the kids out in the parking lot, 3 and 4 years old, were throwing passes better than I was. He said it was a real eye-opener because I was around a culture that just loved rugby. He said it really fueled my passion for the game, but it also taught me I got a lot to work on my game. He's translated that over here to Ohio State, Todd.
And he gives Ohio State life, trailing now 7-5 as we go into 2 minutes to play here in the first half.
And Kua's got 5 tries in this tournament already.
Early. Go 10. Let him run. That's
Early
good.
tackle on Ohio State. You can't tackle a guy unless he's got the ball in his hands. Chip kick. Sequoia Burke-Combs on the chase, number 2 for Michigan.
Ruck form, Ohio State maintains possession. Numbers on the outside, they're really trying to stretch the field.
And Kua's the man on the outside. He cuts back inside. Oh, great little step there.
Dangerous man, ball left there. The Wolverines take advantage of it.
Yeah, if you're slow to support and grab that ball, then it's open for the other team. And Michigan does a great job of turning that ball over. This is where speed kills. You got to have somebody with pace to burn on the wing. And that's not the man there. Conzelmann.
4. Side entry.
I want to remind you the rugby tournament here in Philadelphia, the CRC continues on NBCSN, coming in at 4:30. And also tonight on NBCSN, 6 to 8 o'clock. So ball kicked into touch. We'll have a line out, another way to restart the game. Give you a good shot from down on the field, exactly how this will be executed.
Throw is so important here. It's got to be on the money. Oh, nice little switch, but a good open field tackle there by Danny Payton.
And the clock's at 0, but play continues on. Ball picked off. And a nice job by Alex Davidson.
Well, it's got to be scored by Mentzer now.
Mentzer stays on his feet, back to the inside.
That's a penalty. Yeah, you got to release the ball there. Number 12, CJ Stott for Michigan.
Easy.
Couldn't cross the line, and so penalty to Ohio State. They're going the other way, but can't get around Joel Conzelmann.
Aaron Thomas trying to do a chip kick. And that'll bring the first half to a conclusion. Want to remind you, our players were treated to Subway breakfast sandwiches this morning. A la carte. 7-5, Michigan leading Ohio State at the half as we get set for the next 7 minutes to determine the winner in this one. Remember, Michigan comes into this tournament for the first time already with a 2-0 record. Very impressive, making their inaugural appearance here at the Collegiate Rugby Championship.
Oh, nice little dish.
Running. Touch brain there, taking it all the way down inside 5 meters. Ball.
That's unlucky for Michigan. Great defense. Persistence there. Let's take a look at number 10, Ian Hildebrandt, getting shoved off twice by Lawrence Armitage-Brain from Michigan, but not enough juice to finish it.
So it'll be a scrum to the Buckeyes.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
And this is where Ohio State plans going to be very careful with ball security.
Yeah, starting from inside their own goal. Santino Kua tries to take the corner on number 12, CJ Stock from Michigan.
Side entry.
Side entry, and if you're going to participate in a ruck, you got to come from what's called the gate. That means right behind where the ruck takes place. It's about the width of the person on the ground.
Running clock here in Rugby Sevens. This is the second half with Michigan leading it 7-5.
Ohio State has an overlap on the outside. The question is, can they get it to the corner again? And an errant pass gives Michigan time to reset its defense. Sequoia Burke-Combs with a great tackle there. Number 2 from Michigan. Now it's on.
Now the numbers on the outside for the Buckeyes. 2-on-1.
Kua should have stayed outside. The try would have been easy. Trying to bulldoze 4 guys.
Advantage. 11 offside.
Support's a little too far outside.
Aaron Thomas dumps it over. Danny Nolan stood up. Great defense at the goal line by the Wolverines.
Yeah, Burke-Combs coming up with 2 huge tackles. Oh!
Another big hit.
That's a great stick.
Let's check in down on the field with Marty.
Ron Bowers is the head coach for Ohio State. What'd you say to the guys there at halftime? And it's been an intense second half, hasn't it?
It's been real intense. Just play their pattern, hopefully get some breaks and get some points on the board, Marty.
And the one thing he said is that we have to remember Michigan's coming after us. They're playing a different brand than they played in the Big Ten tournament. Don't let down your guard.
And as Marty reported earlier, Ohio State taking it to Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. This is a whole different story here at the CRC. 7-5, Wolverines on top, and they now have the scrum.
Yeah, I think Ohio State squandered an opportunity in the far corner there to score, and now Michigan's making them pay. Penalty against Ohio State.
Play the man.
Again, wrapping up a guy who doesn't have the ball. There's number 9 for Michigan. Jared Bosma. Huge tackle in the last frame.
Bosma 5'8", 170. Junior plays awfully big. Young man from Hastings, Michigan, off to the races. A nice piece of open field running back in the hands of Bosma now. Crossing midfield, looking for support.
A great double switch to start this move out. Sequoia Burke-Combs has some juice.
Stiff arm to Kua. Stays on his feet, and that's a try for the Wolverines.
Some great creativity to spring Burke-Combs on this one. Well, he was one of the players to watch. Coach Matt Trennery told us earlier, and that's the reason why. Real physical. Couple stiff arms. And the outstretched arms of Santino Kua can't reel him in. That's a really important try, because now, since it's centered, conversion good, now it's 14-5. That means Ohio State has to score twice in order to get over on Michigan.
Beautiful run by Sequoia Burke-Combs, the junior, just started playing this game his senior year of high school. So we talk about a lot of these guys may not have a ton of experience, but just natural athletic ability.
You just gotta love the fend, and then at some point in this game, you just have to believe in yourself and know that you can get to the end zone.
Twice in the first half, Michigan unable to get the 10 meters required on the restart. Ohio State this time takes over. And nice job of coverage by the Wolverines.
Jared Bosma's doing a great job on the inside. First a great tackle, then a poach. Thinking about kicking it, and he does. He lays one down.
Taken away by Christian Mentzer.
He's got a man.
Man wide open. Cole Van Horn will take it in for Michigan.
Well, Ohio State's just getting out plain and simple. Michigan's just playing better sevens rugby right now. Great support work. They're using angles. They're not afraid to run the tight side of the field, that weak side. Mentzer stays strong on his feet, and Cole Van Horn with a great finish. That's the second time he was involved in that same movement.
May not be the big house, but PPL Park certainly has a rabid Michigan support fan right now, sitting over there at section 126. And the conversion is good, so 2 more points for the Wolverines.
This is a great step in the right direction for a fairly young rugby coach, Matt Trenery, and this Wolverine squad means a lot to the university, especially to this program. The history of Michigan Wolverines goes way back into the 1800s.
Well, for more on this matchup and the rivalry that is Michigan-Ohio State, we check in with Marty.
Well, we talked about the match in the Big Ten tournament where Ohio State won very handily, and Matt Caston promised me that if he won today, if Michigan won, he would sing Hail to the Victors. I don't know what kind of singer he is, but we might have to put him up to that, boys, if they do continue to win this game.
Matt Caston, the freshman out of Ann Arbor. We'll see. I'm sure they know that song very well. Big hit on the side, and the ball is knocked into touch.
Yeah, that physical dominance by Michigan.
Option, forward into touch. Yeah, forward into touch, option. Scrum or line out. Line out.
So Michigan gets the option of either going with a scrum or a line out. Watch this hit.
Cole Van Horn getting it done on the defensive end as well.
Straight.
Ball has to travel right down the middle of the tunnel.
Scrum or line out.
So now the option goes to the Buckeyes.
Not straight. Scrum, okay. From here. On me.
So Ohio State gets another opportunity with the ball.
On me. Come in. Crouch. Bind. Set.
And Michigan just not giving an inch. Look at the pressure they're putting on. Coming up real quick. I saw these guys run earlier in the week, Todd, at a training session. And if you would have asked me if they were going to go 3-0 in their pool and win it outright, I wouldn't have believed it.
So the game goes final. It's the Wolverines 21, Ohio State 5, and a very dominant second half for Michigan.
Hopefully Marty's pulling Matt Caston out for a song.
So what do you think about Michigan? How deep do you think they can go in this tournament?
It's hard to say, it's 14 minutes, and the way they're playing is real physical, and they're backing themselves, and they, really seem to have that brotherhood, that kind of team culture that you want in a good rugby sevens team.
All right, let's go down on the field with Marty.
Well, let's grab Sequoia Burke-Combs. First of all, tell me about that last try. You look like Carlin Isles there with all that speed, man.
We're Stu fit. All we do all year is just run, get up early, go out to this practice, and every single one of us hit it this year. We were just able to come out here and perform, just play a team game. that's why we were able to win out there.
You guys all talked about the Big Ten tournament, losing to Ohio State, and what an embarrassment that was. Is this exactly revenge today?
Yeah, that's revenge, but we really came out here today and we just wanted to go one game at a time. We didn't care who we were playing. We just wanted to play Michigan rugby today, and that's what we came out here and did.
All right, let's talk to Matt Caston over here. And it seemed like you guys were playing a different brand of rugby today than you played in the last few weeks.
You know, we've turned up the intensity. We've gotten more physical. We've improved our skills, passing, running, rucking, everything. You know, we've truly turned into a sevens club, more or less, and it's been unbelievable.
First ever CRC. Did you honestly expect to be 3-0?
Not entirely, not at all, actually. I mean, we came in just, looking to have fun, looking to enjoy the experience, and it turned out to be an unbelievable one.
Hey, do you remember our interviews the other day?
I do.
Do you remember what you promised?
Sing Hail to the Victors?
That's right, and you won, so guess what? You're going to sing.
Here you go. Hail to the victors, valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue!
There you go. Very nice, Matt Caston. He sung. He promised he would, and then he came through with a win, and he delivered, Todd.
He certainly delivered. Right now, we want to take a look at our Dell Rugged Laptop play of the match. And you want to talk about rugged, they had it all here, Brian. Michigan, Ohio State, an absolute classic.
Just the physicality, and again, looked like Ohio State kind of on the back foot. The players with the dominant shoulders in that game won outright.
Santino Kuma trying to make it happen for the Buckeyes, but that would be it. Just the 5 points on that one try, and the rest, it was all Wolverines. We'll be back to Philadelphia to wrap things up after this short break.